The alarm blared before anyone could even blink. Red lights pulsed across the bridge of the Sentinel, shaking the crew in their seats. A wormhole had appeared without warning, spinning in the void like a wound in space itself. Commander Darian Holt's hands flew across the controls, heart hammering, mind sharp. "Brace for impact. All engines to manual override," he shouted. The ship shuddered violently, systems warning of imminent structural failure. Outside the viewport, the wormhole's edge glimmered like liquid fire. Its energy rippled toward the Sentinel, warping starlight. The crew's faces were pale, eyes wide with fear. Darian's voice cut through the chaos. "Listen to me. We're not going down without a fight." He twisted the steering column, banking the ship hard against the pull. Sparks flew as the hull strained against impossible gravity. A sudden scream broke through the alarms, a psychic shriek that made everyone wince. In the swirling light of the wormhole, a figure appeared, a creature unlike anything humans had catalogued. It shimmered like liquid crystal, twisting and reshaping itself with every pulse of energy. Its form was vaguely humanoid but alien in every way, limbs stretching and folding impossibly. It moved closer, drawn by the ship's intrusion, and emitted a low, resonating hum that rattled the metal deck. "Commander, it's looking at us," whispered Lieutenant Mira Santos, her voice trembling. It knows we're here." Darian didn't hesitate. He activated the ship's scanning array, trying to decipher the creature's signals. Numbers flickered across the screen, frequencies beyond known physics, but something familiar lingered in the pattern. A small spark of recognition shot through him. "Humans can understand this," he thought. "It's communicating," he said, voice steady despite the chaos. "We have to respond carefully." He extended a hand toward the console, initiating a reverse frequency pulse. The creature recoiled slightly, then froze. Its form rippled, a cascade of colors spreading across its body, like it was reading the human's intent. Darian's pulse wavered for a moment. His hands trembled, not from fear but from the weight of the unknown. One wrong move could shred the ship or provoke the creature. But he held steady. A sudden jolt sent the Sentinel lurching, throwing crew members from their seats. "Hull breach forward," someone yelled. Darian slammed a fist on the emergency override. The ship's outer hull flexed, glowing with heat as the metal resisted the pull of the wormhole. "Shields up. Now," he barked. Sparks arced from the console, but the protective field shimmered into life just in time. 1 second later, the hull would have been torn apart. The creature reacted again, its limbs folding inward, emitting a sharp pulse of energy that rippled through the ship. Every monitor went blank for a heartbeat, then returned, but the ship's position had shifted. They were closer to the wormhole than ever, sliding on an invisible current of energy. Darian's stomach nodded, but his mind raced. "Adjust the thrusters. Counterspin at 60 degrees, maximum power." The crew moved in unison, trusting his command, their fear giving way to action. For a brief moment, the chaos slowed. The wormhole loomed large outside, and the alien creature hovered at the edge, watching. Its luminous body pulsed with an intelligence that was frightening and beautiful all at once. Darian exhaled sharply, sweat streaking his brow. "We've stabilized, for now," he muttered. Relief was short-lived. The creature shivered violently and emitted a pulse unlike anything before, a psychic wave that made the air itself hum. On the main display, a sequence of symbols appeared, glowing in sharp contrast to the dark void. Darian stared, recognition dawning. They weren't random. They were a message. But no one had the faintest idea what it meant. "It's trying to tell us something," he said. Mira leaned closer, whispering, "What if it's a warning, or worse?" The hum grew louder, and the wormhole trembled as if responding. The Sentinel's hull creaked, lights flickering violently. Darian's jaw tightened. "Hold steady," he ordered, "and get ready for anything. This is just the beginning." Then, without warning, the creature extended a limb, touching the hull. A shock ran through the ship, lights exploding across the bridge. Darian barely held on to the console. The alien pulse burned not outward but inward, deep into the ship's systems, and into the minds of the crew. Numbers and symbols flickered across every screen, forming a language no human had ever seen. Yet, somehow, their minds understood fragments. Mira gasped. "Commander, it's like it knows we're human." Darian's eyes narrowed. His heart pounded with a mix of fear and awe. "Then it's not just observing," he said quietly. "It's waiting for us to act." As the wormhole pulsed violently, the creature shimmered one last time, then vanished into the void, leaving the Sentinel floating in an eerie, deafening silence. The ship shuddered from residual energy, systems flickering. Every crew member stared in stunned amazement, knowing they had survived something extraordinary. Darian clenched his fists. Prepare for jump. We're going to find out what just touched us and why. But the wormhole's edge quivered again, smaller then larger, as if breathing. And in that moment, a sharp alien echo whispered through the bridge, not in sound but in thought, "Humans, you are next." The sentinel hummed in the aftermath of the alien encounter, but relief lasted only a heartbeat. Alarms flared again, this time from outside sensors. A fleet of ships, sleek and jagged, appeared on the edge of the sector. Their designs were alien, unlike anything catalogued in galactic archives. They moved with precision, surrounding the sentinel as if they had been waiting. Darian's hands clenched on the controls. They know we're here. All stations report, status. Shields holding, Commander. But the fleet is closing fast, reported Ensign Kira. Her voice trembled despite the calm in her tone. They're adapting to our maneuvers. Darian's mind raced. The aliens had no hesitation, no mercy. But humans had something no other species in the galaxy could match: ingenuity under pressure. He gritted his teeth. Listen carefully. We're going to turn this hunt into a trap. He directed the crew to deploy decoy drones. Small, glowing ships, programmed to mimic human movement, shot outward from the sentinel, scattering in all directions. The alien ships hesitated, scanning. It was a brief advantage, but Darian knew it could save lives. He felt the surge of hope, small but tangible. Drones deployed. They're responding, analyzing patterns, Kira said. Darian's eyes flicked across the screens. The alien fleet adapted almost instantly, recalculating trajectories. Faster, Kira. Adjust drone signatures to mimic real ship inertia. Make them think we're everywhere. The plan worked, briefly. The aliens fired on the decoys, energy beams slicing through the void where no humans existed. Sparks of relief flickered across the crew's faces. Darian allowed himself a small nod. Good. That's our opening. Then a shock ran through the ship. The artifact the aliens had left behind began to pulse. A soft hum turned into a low roar that rattled the hull. Darian froze. The artifact, it's reacting. Everyone stay clear of the energy field. The artifact hovered near the cargo bay, suspended in a shimmering glow. Its energy radiated outward, creating distortions in spacetime around it. Lights flickered, the gravity field inside the ship warped. Crew members stumbled, clutching consoles and walls. Darian felt it too, like a pressure in his chest that wasn't there a moment ago. What does it want? Mira asked, voice tight. Darian stared at the artifact. It's waiting for us to decide. A sudden burst of movement outside drew everyone's attention. One of the alien ships broke formation, diving directly toward the sentinel. It fired a series of energy pulses, striking the forward shield. Sparks and fire arcs danced across the hull. Kira shouted, "Shields down to 50%. Darian acted without hesitation. Counterspin thrusters full power. Redirect auxiliary shields to the front quadrant. We're not going down like this. He slammed a lever, and the ship lurched, twisting in an impossible motion that threw some crew off their feet. The alien ship overshot, unable to adjust fast enough, and slammed into one of its own fleet members. Explosion rippled across the void, a tiny but satisfying victory. The crew exhaled collectively, but Darian knew it was only temporary. The alien armada adapted faster than humans expected, their intelligence apparent in every move. Yet Darian also saw an opening. Humans could improvise. Aliens could not anticipate true creativity. Listen, Darian said, voice low but commanding. They're fast but rigid. They follow patterns. We break the pattern, we win. Kira, feed me thruster adjustments based on variable vectors. Mira, prep the auxiliary energy fields for shock redirection. Seconds stretched into a tense silence as the humans executed the plan. The sentinel twisted and darted through the alien formation like a living thing, each movement deliberate yet unpredictable. Energy beams missed by inches. Sparks flew as shields took repeated hits, but the humans refused to falter. A sudden scream echoed from the cargo bay. The artifact had shifted, emitting a high-frequency pulse that caused the lights to flicker violently. Crew members scrambled as the air shimmered around them. The pulse hit Darian's console, causing a burst of code to flash across the screens. Numbers, symbols, like a language encoded in energy itself. And yet, for the first time, Darian understood fragments. It's showing us something, he murmured, awe threading through his voice. It's guiding us. The alien ship that had broken formation was now disabled, drifting. The humans had not fired a single weapon. It was Darian's thinking, timing, and intuition that had turned the tide. The crew stared at him with awe, realization dawning. Humans could fight not just with force but with mind, courage, and speed of thought. But then a warning flashed across the main display. More ships were jumping in, larger, faster, and clearly more aggressive. The calm after the micro-victory vanished. Darian's jaw tightened. They're not retreating, they're escalating. Full alert. Prepare for the next wave. This isn't over. A low hum resonated from the artifact again. It pulsed in a pattern, a rhythm that matched Darian's heartbeat. Something about it felt alive. The humans realized together that this was no ordinary object. It was sentient, observing, responding, testing them. And somehow it had chosen humans. Darian's eyes narrowed. We survived this, we understand this. That's our edge. Then without warning the alien fleet paused mid-approach. Their formation wavered, almost as if they were reconsidering. One ship fired a warning beam, not to attack but to probe, scanning the humans in a way that felt cautious. The Sentinel's shields flared in response. Mira whispered, "Commander, they've never done this before. They're afraid of us." Darian's heart skipped. Not afraid, curious. They don't understand humans yet. And curiosity can be just as dangerous as any weapon. The artifact flared brighter than ever, throwing the bridge into stark white light. Darian shielded his eyes. Symbols swirled across the main display, coalescing into a clear sequence. Coordinates, unknown ships, and a cryptic message that only humans could interpret. Darian's mind raced. They're not just attacking, they're challenging us. And somehow it wants us to respond. The fleet paused, the artifact pulsed, and the Sentinel hovered at the edge of a decision that would define humanity's place in the galaxy. Then a voice, not spoken but felt, echoed through the bridge, "Humans, prove your worth." Darian clenched his fists. "We will." But outside the viewport, one small alien ship detached from the main fleet, heading straight for the artifact, and it moved faster than anything they had ever seen. Darian's stomach dropped. This isn't just a fight. It's a test. And the stakes just became unimaginable. The small alien ship darted through the void like a predatory arrow, zeroing in on the artifact. Its hull shimmered with adaptive energy fields, faster than anything Darian had ever seen. "It's going for the artifact," Mira shouted, panic lacing her voice. "If it touches it." Darian didn't finish the sentence. He slammed a fist on the console. "Not if I can help it. Engage manual override, thrusters to full vector delta. Kira, reroute auxiliary power to the containment shields." The Sentinel groaned under the strain as the crew obeyed. Energy surged through the ship, twisting its frame slightly as it dodged and spun. The alien ship closed in, firing a beam of white-hot plasma. The shields absorbed the impact, but sparks rained across the bridge. Crew members ducked instinctively. Darian gritted his teeth, heart hammering. "We need a new approach. They're faster than we are." He studied the artifact. Its pulsing energy, combined with the human's presence, seemed to create resonances, ripples in space-time itself. An idea struck. "Kira, can we manipulate the artifact's energy field?" Kira hesitated, glancing at the delicate, humming object. "Theoretically, if we sync our neural interface we might control its field temporarily." "Do it. Now," Darian ordered. The crew connected to the artifact via neural uplinks, their minds aligning with its energy. Darian felt a surge of power, a strange clarity. He realized the artifact wasn't just responding to humans, it was amplifying human thought patterns. Every decision, every instinct, every calculation flowed into it, magnified across space. The alien ship lunged again. Darian focused, directing the artifact's energy with nothing but intent. A beam of pure energy shot outward, faster than reaction time, intercepting the alien ship mid-flight. The ship shuddered violently and then froze in place, suspended in a shimmer of distorted light. Sparks exploded along its hull as the crew cheered. "It worked," Mira whispered, disbelief in her voice. You controlled it." Darian exhaled slowly. "We didn't just control it. We became part of it." But the moment of triumph was fleeting. The main alien fleet had paused, scanning the outcome. Darian knew they were recalculating, adapting. "They're not retreating," he said. "They're observing, learning from us. Every move we make, they watch." He glanced at the artifact. Symbols now formed patterns that suggested intelligence far beyond any species he had encountered. Coordinates flickered, and then an unmistakable message. Humans, follow the path to prove your worth. What does it want? Mira asked, her voice tense. Darian shook his head. It's not a weapon. It's a test. And we just got the first challenge. The fleet suddenly moved in a coordinated sweep, attempting to flank the Sentinel. Darian acted instantly, using the artifact's amplified resonance. He projected subtle pulses outward, forcing the alien fleet to hesitate, almost as if their minds were affected. He realized humans had an edge no species had ever discovered: adaptability combined with moral judgment. Hold tight, Darian said, eyes narrowing. We're not just fighting for survival anymore. We're proving something, to them and to ourselves. Suddenly, one of the alien ships detonated internally. Debris spun outward, narrowly missing the Sentinel. Darian's eyes widened. The explosion wasn't caused by weapons. It was something inside the alien hull reacting to the artifact's energy. Humans hadn't fired a shot, yet the tide of battle had shifted. Mira gasped. Commander, it's like they can't process us. They're confused. Yes, Darian said quietly, awe in his voice. Humans do things no other species can. We think, we adapt, we care. And sometimes, that's more powerful than any weapon. He knew the artifact had more secrets, and the coordinates it displayed hinted at something massive. An alien station hidden deep in the sector, possibly a command hub. If they reached it, they might uncover the fleet's motives. But the path was dangerous. The alien fleet would not allow it without a fight. Darian made a decision. We're going in. Prepare for stealth approach using artifact resonance to mask our signature. We're going to learn what they're protecting, and why it's tied to humans. The crew moved with precision, adrenaline sharpening every action. The Sentinel twisted through asteroid debris, dodging patrol drones, using the artifact's energy to slip through detection grids. Every second brought them closer to the alien station, every step escalating danger. Then the artifact pulsed violently, and Darian felt it, an awareness as if it was guiding them, testing their resolve. A sudden image flashed in his mind. Humans standing in a vast hall, facing the alien leaders, unarmed but unafraid. The artifact seemed to project a possibility, a future where human courage and intelligence could bend the outcome of war itself. Darian blinked, shaken. It's showing us what we could become, if we survive. A sharp warning flashed across the navigation console. Sensors detected multiple ships emerging from hidden warp points. Darian's stomach clenched. They were hiding more. They knew we'd come. Full alert. Everyone prepare for evasive maneuvers, and keep the artifact online. The fleet moved closer, faster than before, and the Sentinel twisted in response. Sparks flew, shields flared, and yet the artifact pulsed in harmony with the humans aboard, creating a resonance that slowed time, almost. Darian realized they were not merely evading, they were rewriting the rules of engagement with thought and courage. Mira swallowed hard. Commander, they're scared of us. Darian's eyes narrowed. Not scared, curious, and curiosity can be deadly. The artifact shimmered, projecting one final set of coordinates. The alien station lay just ahead. But as the Sentinel surged forward, a massive energy field erupted from the station itself, blocking their path. The ship lurched violently as alarms screamed. Darian gritted his teeth, heart hammering. This is the real test. And we're ready. The energy field pulsed, the alien fleet reformed, and the artifact hummed with power, its message clear. Humanity had just begun to show what it was capable of. And the galaxy was about to watch. The energy field shimmered like liquid steel, stretching across the void ahead of the Sentinel. Darian's eyes narrowed, heart pounding. This wasn't just a barrier, it was a declaration. They're daring us to try, he muttered, fists tightening on the controls. And we will. Commander, shields at 20%. Kira yelled, sweat streaking her face. Sparks rained across the bridge as the Sentinel rocked violently from repeated energy pulses from the alien station. Mira grabbed a console for support. They're testing us. Every move we make, they anticipate. Darian's jaw tightened. Then we outthink them. Humans survive by adapting. That's our advantage. He slammed a lever. Full neural sync with the artifact. I want every crew member linked, every mind in focus. We control this fight, or we don't survive it. The crew obeyed instantly, nerves taut but determination burning. Neural uplinks attached, hands trembling. The artifact pulsed, responding to human thought patterns, amplifying every decision, every instinct. A hum filled the ship, vibrating through metal, through bone, through mind itself. Darien felt power surge like a river breaking its banks. Outside, the alien fleet advanced, firing waves of energy. Ships twisted, adapting to standard attacks, but humans didn't fight like any species they had encountered. Darien directed the artifact, projecting energy pulses that intercepted alien beams mid-flight, warping space around enemy hulls. Sparks erupted as shields flared, alien vessels shuddering under forces they couldn't predict. "Commander, we're holding them off," Mira shouted. "The artifact, it's amplifying us." Darien's lips curved slightly. "Not amplifying, revealing what humans can do when we refuse to surrender." Then a sudden alarm pierced the hum. Sensors detected a massive alien dreadnought emerging from the station itself, far larger and deadlier than anything in the fleet. Its hull glinted with energy so dense it distorted light. It was a war engine designed to crush planets, and now it was aimed directly at them. Kira's voice cracked. It's too fast. Too powerful." Darien didn't flinch. "We don't run. We adapt. Everyone focus. We take this dreadnought down, together." He activated the artifact fully, sending pulses that resonated with every human thought, amplifying intuition, timing, and strategy. The Sentinel darted like lightning, weaving through energy blasts and debris, every crew member anticipating the next move as one entity. The dreadnought fired a concentrated beam. Darien twisted the ship's position mid-flight, guiding the artifact's energy to form a mirrored pulse. The beam struck the pulse instead of the hull and bounced back, striking the dreadnought itself. Sparks and fire erupted across its massive frame. The fleet froze in shock. No species had ever fought like this. Mira gasped. We did it." Darien shook his head. "Not yet. It's wounded, not defeated." The alien fleet retaliated, trying to encircle them, but the artifact projected human intuition outward. Every ship miscalculated, fired at empty space, or collided with debris. Darien realized the aliens were trying to anticipate humans, but humans were unpredictable by design. Every improvisation, every act of courage, every decision born from morality and instinct gave them an edge. Then came the moment that would define everything. A massive energy cannon charged on the dreadnought, aiming for the Sentinel. Its blast could have destroyed the ship and everyone aboard. Darien felt the artifact's pulse sync with his heartbeat. He knew the timing needed to be perfect. "Mira, Kira, brace." With a surge of thought, they projected the artifact's energy outward, creating a focused resonance. Time seemed to stretch. The beam struck the energy pulse, fracturing into shards that scattered harmlessly into space. The dreadnought's hull shuddered violently, cracks appearing in its armor. Darien felt a thrill of triumph, but relief was cut short. Sensors flashed. Alien ships were now attempting mind control pulses, psychic attacks targeting the crew's neural connections to the artifact. Humans trembled under the assault, but Darien shouted, "Focus on us. Humanity fights as one." The artifact responded, amplifying not fear but determination, projecting it outward as a shield of pure intent. The alien pulses bounced back, striking their own fleet. Ships exploded, one after another, chaos consuming the enemy formation. Darien's voice rang across the bridge. "We survive because we refuse to surrender. We win because we care, for each other, for every life, even theirs." The dreadnought collapsed under the combined weight of artifact energy and human ingenuity. The alien fleet scattered, some retreating into warp jumps, others paralyzed by confusion. Sparks rained, alarms blared, and yet the Sentinel floated, battered but alive, its crew trembling with adrenaline and awe. Mira looked at Darien, tears streaking her face. We did it. Against impossible odds." Darien shook his head, voice quiet but firm. "We didn't just fight. We showed them what humanity is capable of. Courage, intelligence, compassion. That's our weapon, and no one else in the galaxy has it." The artifact pulsed one last time, a calm, steady beat like a heartbeat. Symbols formed across the display, coordinates to another location, deeper in uncharted space, and a message: "Humans, this is only the beginning." Outside the viewport, the stars shimmered with the aftermath. The alien fleet was broken, but Darien knew the galaxy had just glimpsed the truth. Humans were not to be underestimated. Every action, every decision, every risk had reshaped the balance of power. And yet, a small blip appeared on the long-range scanner, a cluster of ships emerging from a hidden jump point. Bigger, faster, and more mysterious than anything they had faced so far. Darien's jaw tightened. They've been waiting, and this next challenge is far beyond what we've seen. The artifact pulsed again as if nodding in agreement. It had chosen humans and it was far from finished. Darien clenched his fists. Humanity is ready. And whatever comes next, we'll face it together. But outside the Sentinel, the new fleet approached and a ripple of energy unlike anything in the galaxy pulsed outward. A silent warning or perhaps an invitation. The real test was only beginning. The Sentinel floated silently in the aftermath, hull scorched, systems sparking but intact. The crew exhaled as one, muscles trembling, hearts racing. For a moment the universe seemed to hold its breath. Every human aboard had survived impossible odds, faced incomprehensible alien intelligence and emerged victorious. Darien Holt leaned back in his chair, exhausted, eyes still scanning the stars. The artifact hovered before the bridge, pulsing gently. Its energy was calm now, almost like a heartbeat, echoing the rhythm of their own. The symbols it displayed formed simple words translated through the neural interface. You are seen. You are ready. Myra's voice broke the silence. Commander, they actually feared us. Or maybe, they respected us. Darien shook his head, a small smile breaking through the tension. Not fear. Curiosity. The galaxy has underestimated humans for too long. Today we changed that. Kira laughed quietly, the tension in her shoulders easing for the first time in hours. We didn't just survive. We outsmarted them, without firing a single shot at most of their fleet. Because humans don't just fight with weapons, Darien said quietly. We fight with intelligence, empathy, and determination. Every decision mattered. Every life mattered. That's what made the difference. The artifact pulsed once more, sending a gentle wave of energy through the ship. Darien felt it in his chest, a quiet reassurance, a recognition. It wasn't just a machine. It was alive, and it had chosen humans as something extraordinary, something the rest of the galaxy had never seen before. But the celebration was tempered by reality. Long-range scanners picked up faint signatures, ships jumping in from unknown coordinates. Darien's jaw tightened. Not all of them retreated. Some are still out there. Watching. Waiting. And we've just scratched the surface of whatever this test truly is. Mira frowned. A bigger fleet? Darien shook his head slowly. Something else. Something patient. The artifact showed us a glimpse earlier. These fleets, these challenges, they're part of something larger. The galaxy isn't just testing us. It's observing what humans are capable of. Kira's fingers hovered over the console. And they're going to push us harder next time. Darien nodded. Exactly. And we'll be ready. Today we survived against impossible odds. Tomorrow we'll learn more, grow stronger, and show them exactly who humans are. The bridge was quiet now, filled with a mix of relief and awe. Every crew member had seen something no one else had, the raw potential of humanity amplified by courage, intelligence, and moral strength. They had proven that even against a fleet of advanced alien warships, humans could bend the outcome with nothing but wit, instinct, and unity. Suddenly, the artifact pulsed sharply, projecting a holographic image in the center of the bridge. It wasn't a warning this time, it was a map. Coordinates scattered across uncharted space, each blinking like a beacon. Darien felt the weight of it immediately. These were not random. They were invitations, challenges, opportunities, paths to prove human ingenuity and resilience even further. Mira leaned forward, voice soft. It's showing us where to go next. Yes, Darien said, a spark of excitement in his tired eyes. And wherever it leads, we'll go as humans. Not as soldiers, not as explorers alone, but as a species that refuses to be defined by limits. We survive. We adapt. We shine. The crew exchanged looks. Fear had been replaced by determination. Their actions today had echoed across the void, a message to the galaxy that humans were exceptional, unpredictable, and impossible to ignore. The alien fleets hadn't just been defeated, they had been shown the brilliance of human courage and intellect. Darien stood, looking at the stars stretched across the viewport. This isn't the end. It's just the beginning. Humanity has been underestimated for centuries, but that ends now. The galaxy will see what we're capable of, and they will remember it. A sudden beep drew his attention. Sensors detected a faint, irregular energy pulse emanating from one of the coordinates. Darien's pulse quickened. The artifact hummed in resonance. It's calling us, he said. And it wants to see what we do next. Mira glanced at him, eyes wide with anticipation. You think it's testing all of humanity? Darien nodded slowly. Not just testing. Preparing. For something bigger. Something the galaxy itself hasn't seen before. And we'll meet it head on. That's what humans do. The Sentinel powered up, thrusters ready, weapons minimal but secondary. The crew tightened neural connections to the artifact, hearts and minds aligned. Every human aboard was aware, this mission wasn't just survival. It was proof. Proof of humanity's potential, its courage and its moral strength. Darian's voice rang out, steady and commanding, yet filled with awe. Set course for the coordinates. Prepare for the unknown. Humanity doesn't retreat. Humanity doesn't surrender. Humanity rises. Outside, the stars stretched endlessly, mysteries waiting, fleets observing, the galaxy holding its breath. And the artifact pulsed once more as if smiling, a final whisper echoing in the minds of every human aboard the Sentinel. The galaxy has not yet seen your limits. It will soon. Darian gripped the controls, eyes forward, chest tight with anticipation and pride. The Sentinel surged into uncharted space, leaving behind the wreckage of the alien fleet, carrying humanity's promise, courage and brilliance into the unknown. And somewhere in the distance, beyond the stars, the next challenge awaited. A test so vast and mysterious that even the artifact itself seemed to tremble in anticipation. Humanity had revealed its true power. But the universe had only just begun to notice.